Hello everybody, my name is the Simulator Pilot and welcome back to another Explain 11 video. Today we're gonna fly this beautiful Boeing 737-800 with Singapore Airlines, and we're on the ground here in Singapore and we're gonna fly up to Kuala Lumpur today. Expected flight time is gonna be about 45 minutes or so, and our cruising altitude at flight level 220. Having that said, let's hop on the cockpit, let's get things underway. And welcome on board the cockpit of the Boeing 737-800. And I've got the aircraft all pretty much set up, all ready to go here. I've got the pitot tubes on, the pitot heats, the window heats all on. Got the AP running, and the let's get the AC back there for the passengers. Everything looks good. All we need to do right now is to set up the weights and the FMC, all that good stuff. So over to the EFB. Let's set up the weights. So to set up the weight of a level up 737-800, I'll go to the payload, and all I need to do is just key in the payload. So according to SimBrief, the payload is 13526. Yep, that's the one. So we'll throw that in there. So that's our payload done. And the next thing we need to do is fuel. So fuel is about 5.1 tons, or 5105. That's what SimBrief gave me. And yep, so the total takeoff weight is going to be about 61.5 tons. So let's go to the FMC here, and I've got the IRS all lines, so you can check it out in the PFD. I've got the ND, I've got the artificial horizon. Everything looks good right there, so the RS is pretty much aligned. So let's go over to the inlet ref. So remember, the takeoff weight is 61.5, so let's key that in 61.5. And the reserves, SimBrief is giving us 1.0 as usual. On a 737, that's pretty normal. With cost index of 64, we throw it in there. And as said earlier, the cruising altitude is level 220, so just throw it in there. Not worried about the winds right now. I don't have any active weather running at the moment, so we just execute on that guy. Again, not worry about the sail, just leave it there. And it's off to the takeoff performance. So we do flaps 5. And it gives us the 19.4% on the CG, so that's about 5.50 on the trim. V1's 130, 132, 142 for the V speeds there. And yep, so that's the performance side of things all done. The next thing we need to do is do the routing. So we're in Singapore, and we're going to fly to Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo, which is Kuala Lumpur. And we're flying with Singapore Airlines, flight number 120. That's all set there, so let's go to the route page. And I use SimBrief for the flight informations, the flight routings, all that, the weights, all that good stuff. I use SimBrief. It's a free add-on. Well, it's not add-on, but it's a free website to use to get all the flight plans. And if you pair that with Navigraph, you're all good to go there. So we're going to go to Masbo after takeoff from. They gave us 02 center, so that we're not that far off the runway. So Masbo is going to be Alpha 457. And then we're going to Gupta, so Golf Uniform Papa, Tango Alpha, Gupta, and that's all. That's pretty much it. There's no other routes I have to key in there. So the next thing we need to do is go to departures. Over in departures, they gave us Masbo 3 Alpha for departure. So let's do that. Masbo 3 Alpha and 02 center, which is correct. And then, well, okay, so this is where I might get things wrong here, so don't attack me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do the arrival stuff yet into Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. But we are not on VetSim, we are not on any ATC. So I'm just going to go straight to arrivals here, and they gave us 32 right, so it's ILS 32 right. That's what we are expecting today. And if I just go into Navigraph charts, I need to figure out what's the transition arrivals. It looks like it's going to be on a mess up transition, so we'll probably do that. For the arrival star, it's going to be the Gupta 1 Hotel arrival, which is right here, Gupta 1 Hotel, and it's going to be on a mess up arrival. That's all pretty much good to go then. Let's just go ahead and activate the flight plan. Insufficient fuel. Do we not get the fuel correctly? Let's check out the EFB again. They gave us. That should be enough fuel, so I'm not overly concerned. I mean, I could add some extra fuel if I want to, but we should be good to go there. Famous last words, right? Alright, so let's go into plan mode here and let's check out the flight plans. So I'll probably put a timestamp somewhere in the comment in the description below, so you guys know what which part to skip for the takeoff. I'm just checking the flight plan right here. Everything looks good to me. It is. Remember, this is going to be a very short flight, so the cruising altitude is going to be flight level 220. So it's about 45 minutes, and in fact, this is one of the busiest route with Singapore Airlines. So that's why. Let me just set the. I'll call this the backup. Artificial horizon or the altimeter. So we'll set it up there. Let's wait for it to start moving. There we go. Let's go VNAV, LNAV. Oh no, those are not available. Why? Or because the flight director is off. Duh. We turn those on. VNAV, LNAV. So the V speeds. Let me just put this into legs here, and then I'll put this into performance side of things. V speeds against 130, 132, 144. So it's 144 for here. So 144 is set. Not worry about the auto throttles right now. Let's check the overhead, make sure everything's all good there. Hydraulics, not worry about that yet because we will let the push duct have that, so it wouldn't freak out. Let's get all the fuel pumps on. That's all good there. Once I'm in the air, actually no, I'll probably check it right now. I need to see what's the landing elevations in or the elevation itself at Kuala Lumpur. About 69 feet, it's about 100 feet. Close enough. Center fuel pumps, not worry about those. We don't have any in the fuel tanks. Instead, we have 2 on the wing side. Ooh, that's not gonna be enough, isn't it? I should probably add more fuel. Why did Simbrief give us this amount? Let me check that on the thing again. It says 5.1. Okay, I'm not worried about those then. That's fine. Oops, wrong button. Alright, so let's go and put this back into map mode. Just checking over here, make sure everything looks good. Let's get the seatbelt signs turned on and the smoking signs. Well, it says chime here, but whatever. And the next thing we need to do is get the push duct all ready to go here. So let's pre-plan the pushback. I've already set it right here. Because I did this flight many times before. And
round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Yeah, ready. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I did this flight before, so that's why you see that pre-safety there on the better pushback. Let's turn this into steady, on the nav mode at least. Everything looks good. Let's turn on the beacon lights, and let's check around the aircraft. Make sure there's no doors or panels open. I'm not seeing it right here, so that looks good. I know it's not in the correct position. I don't know why X-Plane does this, but you know, it's X-Plane. Sometimes things doesn't go right. Alright, so let's go and get the pushback here.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And tow is driving up. If the sound is a bit too loud, I'll try my best to turn it down just before I post this up on YouTube. So just waiting. Here's our push duct driver. There he is, by Dinata. Very realistic, by the way. We have Dinata here in Changi Airport in Singapore. So if you guys don't know where I'm from, yes, I am from Singapore, so I'm very familiar with this airport because I've been here a couple of times. Be it taking a flight or just plane spawning at the viewing terminal. And yes, I am using a scenery. This is custom scenery for Changi Airport. I'm not sure by who. I think it's CloudSurf Asia. I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to check out this aircraft and this scenery. Oh wait,
okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
There we go. Chocks are removed. Parking brake is set. That's verified. So we just wait for it to connect up, and we'll be ready for push.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I will clear to disconnect or disengage the parking brake. We'll do that. You guys are clear to push.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, we are clear to spot. Yeah, there it is, start. We are clear to start both engines. Alright, we are clear to start both engines. So, to start the engines on the 737, it's very simple, of course. First, we turn off the pack, so we need to ensure we have enough air pressure to start both engines. And now what about all those LEDs? Okay, that looks good. So let's go and start engine 1 first. So over to the ground switch for you. And then we're waiting for N2. So on the 737, once the N2 reaches 25%, then that's when we'll start to add the fuel in. So we are waiting right now, about 15%. Still going. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is, we add the fuel. Fuel's going in. EGT is rising. We have N1 beginning to start rotation there. And we have fuel flow. We got a master caution warning. Not worry about those. That's probably because of the hydraulics that is still not cranked them over yet, because the push tuck's down there. Okay, we have good start on engine 1, and we'll start now engine 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the fuel. Fuel's going in. We have EGT rising and N1 rotation as well for the other engine. Looks good, looks good. Really love flying this small, like, short routes. Is of course one of my favorites. You know, there is so many routes like this. Like, say for example, Amsterdam to London Heathrow is about the same range, although theirs is slightly shorter. There you go. We have 2 good starts. We'll wait for the push tuck to finish their pushback operations, and then we can go and do our flows and all that good stuff.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Operations complete. Parking brake set. You're clear to disconnect the tow bar.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, clear to disconnect and go to hand signals. Thank you very much for the assist. So just wait for them to drive off, and then they'll say signals will be on the right hand side, which they will say eventually. Okay, so right now they're disconnecting. Let's do gens, and we'll turn off the APU, those into continuous.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Yep. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
I appreciate your help. Thank you very much. We'll see the hand signals on the right hand side. Have a good day. And there it is. We got a hand signal. That's all good to go there. Let's do... Okay, so that's all done. We got the pegs on and everything. I've got the hydraulics back on. And just on continuous, APU's off. 2 on gens. Let's set flaps 5 for departure. Flaps 5 is set. Everything looks good. Let's get the taxi lights on, and we'll taxi out to runway 02 center. So we are on taxiway, what's this, Tango right now, according to Navigraph charts. And I just want to say a couple of things just before we take off here. First things first, if there's anything happen before V1, we'll probably reject the takeoff. We'll vacate the runway. If not, we'll stop on the runway and evacuate. If you know, if there's engine fire or anything like that. Anything happens after V1, we'll take it to the skies and deal with it ourselves. We'll probably vector ourselves around. Again, we are not active on FedSim, or we have no ATC at the moment. So if anything happens after V1, we'll just take it to the skies, deal with it in the air, and then we'll probably vector ourselves around. That is pretty much that for the takeoff briefing for now. So we're just going to taxi down onto Tango, and then Tango we will hold short of Tango 1-2 just before depart to do some final checks. And yeah, hopefully we can get off here soon, because we are definitely behind time, that's for sure. We are still taxiing over to runway 02 center, and you guys may have noticed, and I noticed this as well, With this scenery, apparently there's some conflicts with the taxiways. Like, if you see right here, there's this one and then there's this one. I do not know which one to follow. I think there's a conflict somewhere with the scenery. Before you ask, no, I do not have global scenery taxiway thingy installed currently on Forex plane. So I'm not sure what's the cause of this conflict. Maybe if you guys have any idea, you can let me know in the comments below. It only happens at this airport for some reason. Like other airports is fine. So it's kind of a weird mystery, you know, how this thing happens. I probably have to check through the scenery packs INI. See if there's some kind of conflict. Maybe if there is, then I'll probably disable it and then redo it again. Or maybe check out the scenery at least. Yeah, yes, before you say the comments, yes, I'm aware of the taxiways conflicting. I don't know what's causing the issue. Yes, it is a bit confusing, I'm aware of it. And yeah, hopefully I can get this issue sorted out soon. Okay, we are coming up to the holding point of Tango 1-2, and yes, we are cleared for takeoff, even though you have no ATC. Let's get the landing lights all up and going here. Let me just... Oh, strange. Oh, gotta slow down here. Almost missed the turn there. Okay, so we got that turned on. Let's get this on as well.
Secured. Have a good flight.
Cabin secured. Thank you very much. Flight attendants, please be seated for takeoff. Thank you. Taking the runway. And before we enter, right, left side's clear, right side's clear, runway perimeters are all clear. Let's take the runway. It's nice and easy on the throttle here, lining up. I'm gonna turn on the chronometer to ET, estimated time. Probably that's what it says. And auto throttle, we'll turn those on as well. Alright, let's go take off. Stabilize at 50%. I have Toga map me to one of my auto quadrants here. Take off. Alright, engine stable, takeoff power set, airspeed's coming alive.
80 knots.
80 knots, cross check. These are almost there. In the center line with the rodders. V1, rotate. Nice and smooth. Beautiful. Positive rate, gears coming up.
Gear up.
Nice and easy there. Very nice. 400 checked. Still flying by hand. I want to activate the autopilot. 1000. Autopilot. I said it wrong just now. And we'll ease off the nose. The angle of attack. There we go. Let the speed catch up. Should be flaps up here very soon. And flaps up on schedule. And flaps is coming up. And flaps is up. Let's confirm lights out. So flaps is up. And we'll increase our climb here. Still hand flying the plane. Haven't yet activated the autopilot. And let's clean up the plane here. Turn those off. Those off. It's good. We don't have any retractables out, so not worry about those. Just only the main landing lights. Right, once we stabilize here, I'm gonna make a left turn. Once you complete this left turn, I'll activate the autopilot. Still hand flying at the moment. Still ahead and flying her. And we'll make that left turn now. So it's our next waypoint. Let's go with the nose a little bit. Looks good to me. Heading to a coma now. Let's level out here. Leveling out here in a bit. There it is. Leveling out right now. Can't speak today. Alright, and we activate the autopilot. There we go. Autopilot's on. 10,000 feet. Let's turn off the landing lights. Those into off. Oops, off. I didn't cook the engines, right? No, we didn't. Okay. Seatbelts, we'll leave them on for now. I don't know if you are going to be encountering any turbulence on a climb out, but once we reach at the cruising altitude, then we definitely turn those off. Anyway, gonna reset the altimeter on both sides. Right, on a climb up now to flight level 220. 4 minutes into the flight, everything looks good, and we are making our way to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia.
Flight service. We offer a selection of complimentary beverages. Wi-Fi service is available on ice. AC power outlets are located at every seat.
So we are still on the climb out, passing 15,000 feet. Now you guys may have heard the announcements during the some cinematic shots in the cockpit, in the cabin. The wing views. And the announcement is not correct. We are not flying with AA Airlines. We are flying with Singapore Airlines, and AA Airlines stands for American Airlines. So that's the thing. I'm not sure of this aircraft, because back then there wasn't any cabin announcement available for this aircraft when I first got it. And then I didn't fly X-plane for very long. Sorry, I haven't been on X-plane for a very long time, and then I got this aircraft reinstalled after getting my PC parts swapped out. And yeah, I've heard that for the first time. I was like, wait, we're not flying with American Airlines, we're flying with Singapore. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I do know that the cabin announcements, if I go into where is it, PA system, this is not working still. I have no idea why. Level Up didn't set this up yet, but I do know that Zibo has this before. So this add-on with the Zibo 737 add-on is pretty much similar. But the only difference is that the Zibo 737 is no longer available for X-plane. I'm not sure what's up with that. Hopefully they could, do something with this one, so I could use this when I'm flying in a sim. Anywho, we're about to reach the top of climb here very soon. There was no restrictions on a climb out too. I just noticed that. But no worries at all. We are about to reach the top of climb, and I'll check back in once we reach at the cruising altitude. And checking back in here in the cockpit, we have finally reached flight level 220. This is going to be our final cruising altitude because the flight is so short. That's why our cruising altitude is this low. About 8 minutes into the flight. Let's just check the flight plan here. So we won't be up here for very long. I'm not sure what this green line is, but yeah, we won't be up here for very long. After Gupta, we'll be beginning our descent here. So what I like to do now is to set up the aircraft for the ILS approach. The ILS frequency is going to be 109.1. So we'll set that right now. 901.1 or 109.10. Set that there. We do the same on the other side. Looks good. The approach course is going to be 326, so we set that on the final approach course here. 326, not 327. And we'll set this on the other side. My mouse wheel just scrolling up as fast as I can. There we go, 326. Apparently, if you don't set this up, you're not in line for the ILS approach. Instead, you will just go off course from the ILS inception. So it's very important that you need to set this and this as well. ask me how I know. Yep, so that's pretty much good to go there, and I'm gonna check the weather, what's looking like in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It's variable of 2 knots, and according to flight radar 24, they are approaching on that 32 side. So it's variable of 2 knots. The QNH is 1008. Not gonna set those yet, don't worry about those. Oh, and since we're at the cruising altitude, we turn off the fasten seatbelt signs so the passenger can move about the cabin. So yeah, 1008, no significant no significant weather changes into Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So that looks good. Seems to be a very smooth weather up here. Then again, I do not have not XP weather. Realistic weather running at the moment. So we should be there here very soon. I promise you, the next flight we will be running flying with real weather. So that's pretty much that for now. I'll check back in once we're beginning once we are about to reach TD, and then we can start with the arrival briefing. Okay, checking in back in the cockpit. As you can see, we are coming up to the top of the descent here very soon. So the plan is, once the TD mark reaches at the 10-mile marker, what I'll do is I'll start the initial descent down into KL. So everything looks good. It's been pretty smooth so far, and what I'd like to do now is to do the arrival briefing into Kuala Lumpur. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this briefing is not going to be perfect. I'm just going off what I basically know through Captain Joe's YouTube video about the arrival briefing and stuff. So looking at the charts right now, I'll probably put up a picture up there somewhere on the screen. And we are doing the Gupta 1 hotel arrival, and that helps us go through, I look through the plan here. So going through Gupta, Penka, and then Luki. And then Luki, we're going to 881, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, then all the way down to Messup. So from Messup, if I look through the ILS frequency, not the ILS frequency but the ILS chart, so KK 87, 89, 88, 89, and then Modka will do the final approach into 32 right, is it? Yeah, 32 right, and it's all good to go there. So once we land, the best exit I can see here is probably Alpha 5. Like I'll be speaking turn right now, heading towards Penka. But yeah, so Alpha 5 is going to be our best exit. And normally, according to FlightAware, this flight parked at Satellite Alpha near Terminal 1. So our sign gate's probably going to be Charlie 14. If that's the case, we'll probably taxi down Alpha all the way down to Bravo 9, Bravo, Golf, and then Sierra 8, and then our Charlie 14 gate is going to be right there. So TD is coming up. We can go to the descent, and as you can see, we have the DS now. So once we hit the 10 mark, and then we're going to start the initial descent down to KL. Should be coming up here very soon. Right, there it is. TD marker is coming up, and we can just descend right now actually. No, it's not letting me. Oh, because I haven't reset the altimeter. Looking at the ILS charts again, let's see what we are descending to. 4.5, so 4,500. Can just select descend right now, and then I'll continue setting this up on the MCP for the altitude log. So 4.5, and the barrel reference is going to be 300. So the minimum is going to be 300. So let's set this up right now. Ooh, hello, let's zoom in there by accident. 280, 290, 300. There we go. Do the same on the other side. It's on press here. Too much. There we go. So we have now begun the initial descent down to Kuala Lumpur. So we are still on the descent. The VNAV profile has caught up, so we have a bit of a sharper descent. You can see the speed is speeding up a little bit, so get some drag out so that the airplane can maintain its speed. About 22 minutes into the flight, and yeah, when I say that this flight is not really that long, it's not really that long. Depends on the weather condition wise. Sometimes this flight can take up to half an hour to about 45 minutes. Or there's a delay, it's probably about 55 minutes. So I wouldn't. Yeah, so this flight is really short. So still on our way down, passing 16,000 feet, and looks like speed is pretty much there. So let's close back the speed brake. And while we are descending, let's check out the approach reference. So 109.10326, that's all set and verified. And of course on a 737 we'll land with flaps 30. Flaps 40 is more of a short field landing, but they're telling us is flaps 30 at 142 knots. I won't select this yet until once we pass 10,000 feet. So that's what we have going on right now. Again, still a very smooth air. Let's turn on the fasten seatbelt sign, so the passengers know that we have begun our descent, and the flight attendants are now going around checking everybody's seatbelt, make sure it's all fastened and the tray tables are stored away. Still going down. Pan car. Oops. Hang on. So pan car, and then we have to go all the way around, follow the star. I'm not going to take any shortcuts, so I'm just letting the aircraft do its thing. And I'll check back in a little bit later once we pass 10,000 feet. Alright, still on the descent down, and I need to reset my altimeter. It's gonna be 1008. Let's set that right now. So 1008. The same on the other side. 1008. So just another quick disclaimer while we're flying up here. I do apologize if there is a lot of click-clack noise. That's because I do not have any noise gate, and I also I'll use a very loud Razer gaming keyboard. There's those mechanical clicks. Those are annoying sometimes during recording, but probably, not so near future, I'll probably get a noise gate, something like those professional YouTubers have, so there won't be much noise. Or I could switch for a much quieter keyboard if I have any. And still descending, so speed is going down. We're about to reach 10,000 feet very soon. We're about 11,000 plus. So speed is pretty much slowing down, 250 knots. As per limit, or actually slowing down a bit more, is it? It's probably because of the That's probably because of the speed restriction. So at pan car, that's something I forgot to add earlier in the briefing, is we have a altitude restriction of 11,000 feet. Whatever. I've given you some track. So 11,000 feet or below, so which means at or below 11,000 feet of flight level 110. There is some speed restriction along the way. That's probably because of this. We are not worried about those. Although the windows picked it up a little bit. Not to worry there. Still on the descent. Then we go past 10,000 feet. So let's go ahead and get those on. We get those lights on. That probably won't turn on once we put the gear down. And now we put the engine start switches to continuous before we forget. Everything looks good. At the overhead panel, everybody looks happy. Still on descent. Oh, actually, right now we just stop at 11,000 feet, and there's a speed restriction as well at approaching Luki right now. Still got quite a bit of ways to go. And yeah, that's pretty much that for now. Okay, so we've been up here for quite some time now, maintaining at this altitude. What I want to do is I probably want to go direct to mess up. Actually, no, not mess up. No, we go direct mess up. See how that goes. Can we descend down to 8,000 feet? I'm making a right turn right now. Should be descending soon. Let's look at the thing here. There we go. So TD at 11,000 feet. So you know, descend here very shortly to flight about 8,000 feet. So that's another one of those altitude restrictions. Speed wise, it's still 230 knots at mess up, but we have to maintain at 8,000 feet at all, or below probably. And then when we descend down again, it's 7,000 feet for both, for the 87 and 88, 7,000 feet and above. So that's what you can see right here. Is we'll be pretty much entering on the left downwind for runway 32 right. So not much further now until we get to the ground here. Actually, the airport's right in front of us. You can see right here. There it is. That's the airfield right there. Normally you wouldn't be able to see this up here if you have like weather running, especially cloud cover. That's we can see it from here. Again, I promise you the next flight will be we'll have some weather on and everything, since I've got the rudder pedals and not using the twisties anymore on the joystick. There we go. We are beginning the descent again to flight level 8,000. I should probably just say 8,000 feet, because we are not in the not high altitude anymore. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this flight as much as I did. This is one of my, again, one of my favorite routes to do. Another one is going to be the KLM flight from Amsterdam to London Heathrow. That's another short one, and I feel like both have the same distance. But yeah, so that's pretty much that for now. I'll probably do that video again when I do the flight from Amsterdam to London Heathrow. I've done that before. It's just a landing video into London Heathrow a while back. So yeah, it's been fun. I really like the X-Plane and all that good stuff. And I know you guys may be asking me, James, why haven't you flown Microsoft Flight Sim? And my answer to this is, I don't know if my PC can really do recording and doing a flight in Microsoft Flight Sim. Now, as you all know, Microsoft Flight Sim is graphically awesome, but it's very heavy on my PC. And I find X-Plane is not so demanding wise. I know it's more on the CPU side, although it's not really graphically looking good when it comes to X-Plane. But X-Plane is really known for its physics, and many people like flying an X-Plane like I do. So still on the descent down, and yep, not much further now. So we're making the right turn now to Kilo 887. Still at 8,000 feet. We should be beginning the descent again shortly to... Actually, no, it says TD 8,000 feet right here. So we probably stay up here 8,000 feet until beginning of the descent. And yeah, everything looks good. Oh, hello, that was a bit of a lag. That's probably the scenery loading in. Yeah, for this airport, yes, I do have the custom scenery as well. It's again probably from Clouds of Asia. So I'll leave that link in the description below if you guys want to check that out. Well, it's really nice scenery with this area. Ooh, hello, that was another lag there. It's probably the scenery loading in. Yep, so everything looks good so far. We are now on the left downwind for runway 32 right. And yep, so this left downwind. I'll probably check back in again once we're on the left base. Still at 230 knots though. We are following that speed restriction that the Star has, and following the FMC speed restriction as well. I think it's good. So I'll leave all the links that I use for X-Plane plugin and the scenery in the description below for today's flight, so you guys can try them out yourself. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a full cold and dark startup for the next video, which I'm planning to do very shortly. So that's pretty much it for now. Still at 8,000 feet though. We haven't begun the descent yet. Okay, so we are beginning the left turn right now. So we're going to be on the left base for 3-2 right. For 42 minutes into the flight, and our aircraft is now descending on its own again. And everything's pretty much on autopilot. I'm not going to mess with any of this just yet. But probably will have to turn on the VS mode myself so we can set the flaps, because the thing about this aircraft is if I just set the first flaps, yeah, so if I pretty much set the first flaps, then the aircraft will just slow it down by itself. I'm not gonna mess with this just yet. I will leave the flaps as it is. It's about 200. It's going down to 200 knots right now. We're on the left base now. Airport is somewhere down there. Actually, I can see it right here. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Peerless in a way, but that's alright. So we have ILS now active. So pretty much once we're beginning the turn here for 3-2 right, and I can go ahead and select the VR localized mode. Had a lot of fun with this flight. Again, I've said this before and said this again. It's really nice to fly this route. This route is perfect for many reasons. I'm training myself to fly a new aircraft in the sim, or just pretty much do like a one flight kind of deal before work, that kind of thing. Now I fly this route many times in the sim, and I flew twice in real life, which is awesome. Still descending right now. The target altitude I've set is 4,500, and there we go. We are beginning that turn right now to final. So I'm going to select VR localizer mode. So once this diamond here comes to view, there it is, and the airplane is now following the localizer. I can see the glide slope is now active, which is good. We are still descending though. There we go, turning on final right now. Very nice. I just love when autopilot kicks in and turns the aircraft by itself without me having to input those. It's really awesome.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go, that's checked. We just hit 5,500. A bit off the course on the localizer, but it's okay. The airplane will figure itself out. There it is. So I'll probably just press the approach mode. Actually, no, I'll just take over myself. There we go. So let's set the first flaps. Flaps 2 actually. I'm on flaps 2 now. Aircraft's still descending. And there we go. We have glide slope. We have the green GS on the PFD here. There we go. So we have glide slope. I think now it's a good time to put the gear down. So I'll probably do that. Gear down. Okay, there we have drag there. Make sure the spoilers are on, which it is. Landing lights are on. Seatbelt signs are on. Looks good there. Engine start switches are in continuous. I'll just take manual control of the autopilot for now. Aircraft still in autopilot. It's just I'm taking some control, save the speed and all. So go 200 knots now, set to flaps 5. Flaps 5 coming down now. Looking good, looking good. And flaps 5 is in the green. So I'll probably maintain 200 knots or like a few miles or so, then I can go and keep the aircraft slow down to the final approach speed. Speaking of which, I just realized I forgot to set this up. So we're doing flap study of 141 knots. Plus 5, not worry about the plus 5 though, because we don't have any winds at the moment. But yeah, so flap study 141. Let's set in the V speeds for the approach. And set flap speed 190. And flaps 10. Actually no, should be 185 probably. Who said they wanted 510 flaps then? So here's another nagging problem with this aircraft. I think there's a bug somewhere. Now, right now it's flaps 10, but it's showing flaps 5, which is very strange. I don't know if there's any update done for this aircraft about the bugs, or whether if this issue has been raised. I'll keep looking. Also, auto brakes is set to auto brakes. We'll do auto brakes 3. If you don't do auto brakes 2, might as well do auto brakes 3, because auto brakes 2 would do nothing. So we'll do auto brakes 3. Alright, let's slow down to 170. Get another set of flaps out. Flaps 15. That's 2500. Let's check. Yeah, see, handles have flaps 15. Still have flaps 10. Not sure why. But I haven't had any issues about the aircraft stalling so far, or speed warning. Haven't got any of those. So I don't think there's going to be any problems with that. I have the runway in sight. Aircraft still on autopilot again. Let's slow it down to 160. And then we'll set flaps 25. I think at this point what I should do is just slow down to the approach speed. 141. This flaps bug thing is confusing me. Like that, see, there you go. It just skipped flaps 25 and then flaps 30. Your flaps 30 is set. We are now on the final approach speed. I'm letting the autopilot fly the aircraft. Once it says 1000 feet, I'll take over the controls. So wind's calm, everything looks good. Very good visibility down here. Although right now it's nighttime in real life, but I'd rather do daytime. And yep, I'll just take over the controls right now. Oh, shut that guy up. I have control. Once you get closer, then I'll disengage the auto throttles. Not gonna do it right now. A bit high on the glide slope, let's fix that. Trim set where I want. 1,000 feet checked. I'll probably disengage the auto throttles. I have now full control. There we go, that's what I want. Perfect. A little bit left of the localizer. We should be fine if you maintain this heading. I'll maintain it where I want to be.
500.
Oh, 500.
Approaching minimums. 400.
Okay, approaching minimums.
Minimums.
Minimums, continue, runway's clear. Landing, I have control.
200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Smooth, flare. Bit of a float, just hold the nose there, let the aircraft settle. There it is. Alright, we have touchdown. Let's be hard on nose gear there. Speed brakes up, 2 in reverse. We have diesel.
80 knots.
80 knots, so take manual braking. And 60, disengage. Auto brakes are off. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. Check the landing replay. I'm pretty sure we are smooth, but a bit off the center line there, but it's not going to be a huge problem for me. And we are getting off the runway here. Windows off, APU on, strobe lights off. Already as planned. Alpha 5 on the exit. And we'll just go straight. No, not straight, but once we turn left and stable, then we'll check out the landing replay. But anywho, welcome to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So we're now taxiing to the sign gate, which is going to be Charlie 14 at Satellite Alpha. Yes, I do agree the center line's not that great. I did check the landing replay as well. Although it's smooth, but the center line is not that great, so I'll give myself a 8.5 out that landing. I also missed the touchdown zone. So before you guys complain in the comments, yes, I did miss the touchdown zone. And now we are taxiing now on Alpha. So let's plan Alpha, then Bravo 9, and then Golf. So that's the terminal right there, right in front of us. That's where we are going to. Currently, Singapore Airlines parked there as well. Although I'm pretty sure I've seen one park directly at Terminal 1 when I was there the last time. So no idea what's their parking assignment be like. Let me just get the flaps up. There you go. Spoilers should be in, which it is. Alright, so APU is pretty much done running, so put those on bus so we don't forget those once we close the engines. Yep, we can get those off as well. It looks good on that side. Engine switches are now at the off position. Still on Alpha, coming up to Bravo 9 here very shortly. Coming up onto Bravo 9 here, we'll make a right turn. So just pretty much right turn here, straight, and then to the left, and Charlie 14 is just pretty much gonna be right there. I'm pretty sure this scenery has the ground marshaller, but the ground marshaller in this scenery is not very accurate when it comes to stopping distance wise. So I'm just gonna follow the stopping markers that it's there on the ground. Anyway, so this scenery is of course by Clouds of Asia. Very, very nice city, very accurate as well. I've been to this airport before in real life, and I like how accurate this place is. I'm pretty sure that's where I was when I came here the last time on the with Batik Air Malaysia, aka Malindo Air. I'm pretty sure they parked there, and yeah, I was shocked at the accuracy of this scenery. And I took some screenshots and shared it to my friend, and they said that this is very accurate scenery of KL. So turning left here, this is Sierra 8 taxiway. So Charlie 14 should be somewhere here. There it is, I see it. Charlie 14 is right there. Alright. It's in smooth here. Perfect. It's Charlie 16. There's Charlie 14 right there. So I can turn off the taxi lights. Don't want to blind the ground marshaller or anyone else on the ground really, because it's very bright. Go nice and easy. I probably have to go third person view. Yeah, he has that automated guidance thingy for the marshalling, but I think that's corrupted. Oh no, there it is, I see it. Okay, so there's no ground marshals here, but we have this in KL. Alright, so I'll probably follow this. 73 is on second line. Yeah, I don't know the accuracy of this, so I'll probably just use the my own way, which is stopping at the marker where 738 is. slowing up a little bit, zoom in there, and that's it. Right, parking brake is set. Yeah, see, it's not accurate. It says we got 9 meters away, but whatever. Okay, so that's on. Let's shut down both engines. Oops, shut down both engines. There we go, shutting down both engines. We'll get the fuel pumps off. Hydraulics as needed. Turn off the engine bleed as no need those anymore. We can turn off the window heat. Yaw dampers off, and we can shut off the IRS. And there we go. Well, folks, this is gonna be it for this one. Appreciate you guys for joining me on this flight, and we will see you again next time. Take care.